Welcome, low ego action heroes and phoenixes. I'm Debbie Levitt from dcx, and welcome to my Wednesday Ask Me Anything show, where you can ask me anything. This is absolutely free mentoring, advising, coaching, whatever you need on the topics that you want to talk about. Hi, Ana Lucia. Questions and answers are free and hopefully worth more than you're paying. So if you would like to ask something, you can go to dcx.to/q, where you can ask anonymously, or you can put something in the live chat. Oop, got to turn on my other light. And it'll pop up on the screen. There we go. So hopefully we don't have a weird shadow now. So please ask your questions. We don't have any questions today, and I am watching my email since that's where the anonymous questions come in. Normally I stay here an hour, but we will stay here until we get people's questions answered. I do have a meeting after this, so I can't run late. But let's see. We'll also, let's see. Do we still need that meeting? That's a good question. I just saw my manager in another meeting. I guess I'll have that meeting. She's great. So, anything on anybody's mind? Questions, comments, thoughts, good news, bad news? I am here for you. All topics are welcome. They could be work-related topics. They could be personal topics. The Delta CX Hive supports you wherever you are on life's and work's paths. So, free questions. If nobody has any questions, we can always end early, but I like to stay at least a few minutes to see if anybody has any questions. Let's check email, see if I'm getting any anonymous questions. Not yet. Meeting today. Like now, I'm not available. Okay, well, something else. So hello. How are you? What are you working on? If anyone has a question, you can ask it. This is just kind of an office hours Ask Me Anything universe. I think our Maven cohort is starting tomorrow. Let's see if anybody... We had some signups for that, so hopefully people will start to check in there. Let's see if we're broadcasting on LinkedIn. Yep, it says I'm live. Come on, peeps. Hi, LinkedIners. How are you? Any questions on your mind? They don't have to be happy questions. A lot of us are dealing with a lot of stuff. Feel free to ask tough questions. I feel like I should play our closing music just so we don't have silence here. I will run some of our closing music while we wait to see if anyone has a question. I can't hear it. I don't have any headphones in. Oh, Lucia has a question. Let's stop our closing music. Let's see. I'm here wondering if I should send a couple of spontaneous applications. I have no idea if those work here in Portugal or if companies add that just to look better and then send the application straight to the garbage. So yeah, not doing much. I think there's a little bit of a question in there, in my opinion, because the question to me, and maybe what other people watching might be wondering, is, should I do that? Oh, good, we're getting an anonymous question in. So we can start with this and then add the anonymous one. Thank you, anonymous person. So can or should you send in spontaneous applications? I think you can. I can't tell you if you should, but I can tell you that if you are writing to a person or company about a job that might not exist, don't be surprised if you hear nothing. Sometimes people get very frustrated that they were ghosted or nobody ever got in touch with them or they didn't get a reply. Hey, you applied to a non-job. So I would just tell people, consider what your, what's the word I'm looking for? Position your expectations appropriately. If you're applying for a non-job, you might not hear from anybody ever. So you can certainly send one in, but then I wouldn't expect to hear back. So I think you can send those in and take your chances, but I would just have healthy, appropriate expectations. Let's see. Here is a question that came in anonymously. Let's get it ready for posting. Schweta's brother is in Austria, and it seems it somewhat works there. It's not an immediate answer, but they call back if and when they need someone with that profile. Yeah, I wonder if they do that recently, because now you can put up a job and get 1,000 applications. So I don't know how much people are holding on to that information or checking in with them later. But again, nothing stops you from trying. I don't think there's anything bad about it. Just expect to not hear anything from these companies because they might be getting 100 of these a day. They just might not write back. Okay, the anonymous question said, have you used any virtual reality technology? What are your thoughts on how it's been implemented or how it might be implemented in the future? So many years ago, at 10 or maybe more, I bought a virtual reality headset. It's in the bottom of a drawer over there. I might as well, you're asking me, I might as well bring it out. Hold on. All right, so what did I buy? What is this? And based on what it is, I'm sure you'll all figure out how long ago this was. This is a Gear VR powered by Oculus from Samsung. So it was designed to have a Samsung phone of a certain size snap into it, and then you ran the special Gear VR app, I think, and then it projected it into your mind. I am not sure what else I did with it. I don't think I had any hand things. I don't remember what else I did because this had to be over 10 years ago. If anybody knows VR equipment, you'll know just how old this is and how our phones probably wouldn't even fit in here anymore if we tried. So what did I think? At the time, my intention was to try to use some VR relaxation apps, something that might immerse me in a fake location or a real location that was captured with a 360 camera, and something that would play gentle spa music or new age music, and I would just look at this thing, and I really thought it would just be relaxing. Now, I'm not a gamer, and so if you're thinking, hey, did you play this game? Did you try this game? I'm not a gamer at all. So I genuinely bought it hoping that it would be relaxing. When I got it, there weren't a lot of things that you could do, or so it felt. There was like a virtual museum tour. There were a couple of other virtual tours. There were some landscapes you could try to move around, but it didn't seem to do a lot other than make me dizzy. Ana Lucia says, VR has some potential for some industries like rehabilitation. Unfortunately, it's not something I can use, and I know some people can't use it either balance issues. Yeah, if I tried that VR headset while standing up, I nearly fell down. So you had to, I either sat in bed or sat in a chair. I couldn't really move around while using it. But again, this had to be 10 years ago, maybe more. So anyone who looks up the Samsung Gear VR will have a sense of and I didn't buy it when it was brand new. It was probably already a year or so old because it was very inexpensive. It was like $70. And so I was like, gee, at that price, I can try out this technology, because I do try out technology no matter what people like to think of me. So, so for the original question, I haven't seen VR technology in a good 10 years. I had no plans to see it because I have no use cases to use it. I'm not a gamer. I'm not looking to escape into other worlds. I really don't know what I would even do with it. So what are my thoughts on how it's been implemented or can be implemented? No idea. Unfortunately, while I welcome your question and I'm happy to see it, it's not an area of my expertise, and it's something I gave a try 10 years ago, and it's been sitting in that drawer probably ever since. And yeah, I don't know what I would do with it. I would ask to everybody who's joining live, whether or not you're the anonymous asker, you don't have to tell us you are. What should I be using it for? What do you think I should or could use VR for? Because I can't find a use case for myself. Maybe for gaming, it could make sense. Maybe for virtual museum, it could make sense. But it really didn't click with me at the time. Excuse me. Meta is still trying to push for VR. Didn't Zuckerberg buy a VR glasses company recently? I didn't see that, though that sounds quite possible. Do not know. So, yeah, it seems like something we're still trying to make happen. It tends to go in the bucket with AR, augmented reality. I like the augmented reality in Google Maps. I think that's a really nice use case for AR, something that's genuinely really useful and valuable. Yeah, Ana Lucia saying, maybe more AR than VR. Yeah, I mean, they promise us so much. I first saw AR in 2012, and they were making a lot of promises about what this was going to be, and everybody was going to have it, and everybody's going to use it, and it's going to be everywhere, and you're going to walk down the street, and you're going to know everything about everything, that hasn't happened. And I don't know if it should, but yeah, I guess I need you in the live audience to tell me what are some good use cases for VR, because I'm not sure. They don't make sense for me or anybody in my household, so I'm not sure what we would or should do with it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so you snapped your phone into here, but of course I don't think it's going to fit current flagships, would it? I wonder, that almost fits. Yeah, I wonder if I could bring this back to life. I don't know if anybody knows if Gear VR is still a thing. Is it still a thing? I could see if this fits into this or one of my older phones, but yeah, because I have all Samsung phones, so yeah. But then what would I do with it? I don't even know. I don't even know what you can do. Maybe if you could explore different places, I could give it to my mother-in-law because she loves exploring places. Hey, KB. Good to see you. Educational purposes. I tried it and I felt ill after 20 minutes. Yeah, I was like, oh, good thing I'm sitting in bed. But, it was like I would sit in bed, with lots of pillows behind me. So I'm sitting up in bed and I would try to use it. And it, you'd move your head a little bit and you'd be like, ugh. But, maybe the technology is better now 10 years later, but I don't know. Ana Lucia says, yeah, Meta did release AR, AI glasses. Imagine someone walking on the street, meeting someone, it recognizes their face and pulls out social media, something like that. Oh, yeah, I saw those guys were using it on like random people on a subway and freaking them out because they knew their name and like everything online about them, which was definitely freaky, but I think that was their point. I think their point was to make people uncomfortable because of all the information that was publicly available about them, for better or worse. So yeah, interesting topic. Interesting. What else? Anybody have any other questions? questions, comments, topics, thoughts, things on your mind? Isn't that somewhat against GDPR? Else, anybody have any other topics? Someone are. If put my name in and you find pages of stuff and all kinds of photos, who do I GDPR about that? The images are from websites like where I spoke at conferences or pictures I put up. The web page results are generally web pages I made or pages conferences made about me or my LinkedIn profile. So if you're pulling appropriate information that you've put out there publicly, where's the GDPR complaint? If someone else is putting up pictures of me that I didn't authorize, that's another story. But if you Google me and it's stuff that I've put up or approved, I'm not sure there's a GDPR complaint there. I think we forget how much of social media is scraped and available publicly, like in Twitch, sorry, not Twitch. Twitch stream just restarted. Like social media, LinkedIn or X or Facebook. There are things that are public and easy to find. Don't need two of those. So yeah, anybody have any comments, topics? This is the Ask Me Anything show that I do every Wednesday, so I'm happy to talk about whatever's on your mind. This is your time. If it's public information, sure, but there are private social media profiles, and I expect them to respect that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found anything from any of my private social media profiles in a Google search about me, so I think that has functioned, but that doesn't mean that that company didn't save that and has it unencrypted somewhere. Like, let's not pretend this is locked away in a fortress. This is probably a hacker could get it. In other news, we're still trying to get internet to our house. It's been out since May 10th, and today is July 30th. We contacted a new company who are acting like they would like us as a customer, but it's still not working yet. So we'll have to follow up with them. So thanks to everybody for your patience. I've been streaming in lower quality in the hopes that it won't blip so much. And I look forward to having good internet again someday. Right now I'm on a 5G hotspot, which is certainly why it could be blippy. Oh, excuse me. And I look forward to catching up on sleep. Hey, if you didn't catch our show last night, Take Action Tuesday was about coaching. What is coaching, and why is it too often fluffy bullshit? When is it not fluffy bullshit? So, one that some of you might be interested in. Let's go back to the LinkedIn and see who's there. It doesn't tell me, excuse me, who's there, and that's sad. I wish it did. Testing, should be back. Testing, should be back.